Alright, so welcome everybody back to West Parks. We're playing another game of 30k today. We have Will. Hello Will. And Arthur in the background.
Hello.
Hello. And James. First battle report for West Parks. Welcome James. We are playing Blood Feud is the game. Dawn of War deployment, so 12 inches this side, 12 inches that side.
It's great for how we set up the terrain.
New map we've got today. First time using it from P-Works, an Italian company. And some very lovely new terrain provided to us by Arthur himself.
Thank you, Arthur.
We have a very lovely Iron Hands army, 2,500 points of 30k Iron Hands, with lots of tanks, going up against 2,500 points of Dark Angels with even more tanks, I think.
A very lovely Dark Angels.
A very lovely Dark Angels army. A very lovely Dark Angels army going up with probably even more tanks, I think.
I think I do have more tanks. I think, 3 or 4 more.
Yeah. So Blood Feud is the game where you get 1 victory point for destroying an enemy unit, and then at the end of the game you get additional points based on a unit type that you pick. Yes, it's supposed to be picked secretly, but given the armies, which you'll see in a minute, both sides have picked tanks. Or do you pick walkers? That would be I would probably go with tanks, to be honest. And then there's some extra victory points and things afterwards, which will work out come the end of the game. So we will go and see the armies now, and then we will be back after deployment. Okay, so for the first time on the channel, hopefully, well, definitely not the last, this is a very lovely Head of the Gorgon, is it?
Head of the Gorgon, yeah.
Iron Hands list, 2,500 points. So we have HQ. HQ choice is all take more. There with his Cataphracti armor, Volkite thingamajigger.
He's a Forge Father, so
okay.
He has a Paragon Blade, a Volkite. Ooh, can't remember.
Is it the one up from a Serpenta? So it's not the pistol one, the Assault 15?
Yeah. Volkite, and he's got a Servo Arm.
Yep.
Cataphracti. He has Cyber Familiar, so he has a 3-up involved.
Yep.
Obviously 2-up, so
he
grants preferred enemy and everything to his unit and another unit, but
only if he's the Warlord.
Only if he's the Warlord.
Okay,
so,
and you might have guessed.
Is sitting next to him.
Yes, indeed. So we can jump straight into Lord of War just because he's there. We have Ferrus Manus himself, with his big mighty hammer. Terminator Command Squad.
2 guys with Power Fist, all with one with Claw and all with Combi Plasma.
Fantastic. Moving over to troops.
We have 2 identical squads. It's 2 10-man tactical squads. Sergeant with Artificer Armor, Power Fist, Melter Bomb.
Okie dokie.
Then they all have extra close combat weapons as well.
Fantastic. No Vexillers or Nuncios or anything?
No, none of that.
Yep.
Then the Rhino is just a Dozer Blade.
Yep.
Same again. Identical.
And over here.
A Plasma Support Squad in a Rhino. Yep. Sergeant with Artificer Armor, Melter Bombs. That is it.
Okie dokie. Fantastic. That's all your troops. Elites.
We have a Contemptor Mortis with 2 Kiri's Pattern Assault Cannons.
Fantastic. Heavies.
We have the Sicarian Venator.
Oh yes, Venator, yes.
With las cannons.
Yep.
Armored Ceramite.
Yep. Heavy bolter.
That is it. No, that comes with it.
Oh, cool.
I think that's it.
Okie dokie.
And then we've got
fantastic paint job on these. That's an absolutely awesome model.
Then we've got 2 Predator Executioners.
Yes.
Both with Dozer Blades and las cannon sponsons and Machine Spirit.
Okay, fantastic. And then finally the big party bus.
The party bus, which is basically a Spartan with the quad las cannons, armored Ceramite, and a Dozer Blade.
Oh, there's something significant missing from that list of
flare
upgrades.
Shield, I don't like flare shields. I don't think.
Okay, no, that's cool. That's cool. Is that exactly 2,500 points?
I think it's just under.
Okay.
297.
Okay, cool.
297.
2497.
Wow,
I was like, yeah. Okay, so 2,500 points, roughly, give or take, of Iron Hands. Lovely stuff. Oh, and now we have all of the tanks.
All of the tanks, which we've seen a lot recently.
Have seen a lot recently. These are Dark Angels,
Yep.
as you can probably tell from the backs of the rhinos over there. Traitors, yeah, absolutely, traitors. Running the Armoured Spearhead. Armoured Breakthrough, I beg your pardon. Armoured Breakthrough Rites of War.
Yep.
And again, just under 2,500 points.
It's 2,503 actually.
Don't know about that. Okay, so HQ and Warlord.
HQ is Predator.
Yep.
It's got Power of the Machine
He's
Spirit.
called a Master of Armour
He's
or
called a
something, I
Master
believe.
of Armour.
Yep.
Yep, with the Predator Cannon and the Last Cannons.
Yep. Okay. Troops.
We've got 2 Predators.
Yep.
Again, got Power of the Machine Spirit and Armored Ceramite.
Autocannon, Last Cannons. Yep.
And 2 Rhinos with 2 5-man support squads.
Yep.
5 Plasma and 5 Malta.
Fantastic. Any upgrades on the Rhinos or the Sergeants or anything?
The Sergeants have got nothing.
Okay. Fantastic. Over to Elites.
Got 2 Contemptors.
Yes.
Both with Kerries.
Yes.
And Parafists with Combi Bolters.
Okay. No other upgrades?
No other upgrades.
Okay. HQ, heavy support rather.
Heavy support. We've got a squadron of 2 Land Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
They've both got Armoured Ceramite, just Phobos patterns, so heavy bolters,
Yep.
las cannons, that's it.
No other upgrades?
No other upgrades.
Okay.
And then we've got a squadron of Vindicators.
Yes.
Armoured Ceramite.
Yep.
These 2 have got Power of the Machine Spirit.
Okay, so the 2 without the guy in the turret.
Lovely.
Yeah. Just some nice split firing shenanigans.
Okay, no, nothing else?
Nothing else, just Armoured
Okay,
Ceramite.
and then finally,
And then
Big Daddy himself.
Leviathan, he's got Armoured Ceramite and the Phosphex and the Storm Cannon Claw with Notrin and Famous.
Fantastic. 2,500 points, give or take, of Dark Angels. Okay, so here we are after deployment. It's interesting, to say the least. Will's deployment... Let's pop these lights on. Will's deployment consists of his 2 troop predators, the Melter Squad in a Rhino, 1 of the Contemptors, all 3 Vindicators holding the centre, 1 of the Land Raiders, the Warlord Predator, the Plasma Squad, the Leviathan, the Contemptor, and the other Land Raider. Okay. And then we've got, moving around this side, we'll start on this extreme right-hand flank of James's deployment zone.
Which is full.
Okay, so we'll keep going. This is the middle of the board. We have a Spartan. In the Spartan is Ferrus Manus, Autek Moore, and the Terminator Command Squad.
That's great.
Excellent. And then moving further this way, we've got the Contemptor Mortis with the Kerries and the Venator. Because Ferrus Manus is on the table, something we forgot to mention during the course of the army, he can give 1 vehicle with at least 1 armour facing of 13. It will not die.
The Venator.
The
and
Venator.
Also the Army Worldwide 6 up for no pain.
Yes. And -1 shooting, but that's only on your infantry, isn't it?
Legion.
Yeah.
My army-wide buff is that if I lose more units, I lose D3 victory points.
You do, yeah. Which is awesome. So, Will is currently going first, because he chose to deploy first.
Indeed.
Unless, would you like to grab one of those dice and pass it to... Oh, excellent. So James is going to try and seize the initiative.
Roll a 6.
Here we go.
Oh,
Hey, that is a 6. So the little tabletop tyrant icon is the 6.
You've just seen me roll that one. This is true.
So James has stolen the initiative with his iron hands and will be going first.
Can I steal?
I don't think you can. No, I don't think. You might want to just double check for me, but no, you can't. Okay, so turn 1 iron hands. Coming up soon. I should make, before we go any further, I should mention that the entire rest of James's army is outflanking.
Yes.
So there's going to be plasma predators and rhinos full of stuff and things appearing later on. So, turn 1 iron hands coming up. Okay, so we're just partway through James's movement phase and we're just interrupting very briefly. Will's just remembered his Land Raiders are a squadron, so have to be deployed next to each other, so he's just moved things around. Everyone's happy and all good. Have you finished your movement? Or you got any more to do? Okay. Okay, we'll back in a sec. Okay. Alright, so that's the end of the movement for the Iron Hands, and a lot happened. I'll tell you, that was an exciting movement phase. The Spartan moved forward 6. The Contemptor moved through the wall, 5 inches with his move through cover, and the Sakaran Venator just sort of twisted around a little bit. So he's got decent line of sight past the building, down at these Land Raiders or Contemptors or what have you. Land Raiders? Predators is what I meant to say. Predators.
This guy's actually at the top, so you can just shoot him.
You can shoot him. So we're going to shooting phase turn 1 for the Iron Hands now. Okay, so Will has the dubious honour of being the second opponent ever to suffer a loss from a Venator. Or from James's Venator, rather. So the Spartan in the middle fired at the Vindicators. Only did 1 glancing hit, unfortunately. The Venator fired through and blew up the Predator in the centre.
Yep.
Didn't do a glance to the Rhino, which is the only thing it could have done. And then the twin carries basically got 2 penetrating hits and a glance. Will didn't make any of his cover saves. Cover saves because it is night fighting.
Yes,
I should probably make that clear. So that Predator is gone as well.
Indeed.
So, what are the Dark Angels going to do? Run away and cry like they normally do?
Go that way.
Okay, so Dark Angels turn 1 coming up. Thank you. We did get a little clap aboard. So Dark Angels movement, a lot more happened than with the Iron Hands, obviously. What happened over here?
So the Rhino moved up. I was trying to get in melter range of the Contemptor, but I'm just out, so I just moved up.
Yep.
Maybe go.
Important point to note, in Armoured Breakthrough, all vehicles with 3 hull points or fewer are fast.
So everything is moved up 12,
Yep.
essentially.
Okay.
The
Contemptor
moved up.
Yep.
The Vindicator's moved up and around. That one is in range of the Sakaran.
Yes.
And those two have got sight on the...
Really? They can see that, can they? You sure?
I don't know.
Let's double check that.
Let's move a bit closer and then shoot yourself.
I think that rock is in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it probably is. I think you're right, yeah.
This Rhino moved over,
dangerous
and
terrain.
everything else just sort of started
Move,
coming
swinging
in
around, yeah.
on the side.
Okay, so lots of las cannons, few demolisher cannons,
Yep.
and
Do some damage.
it's going to be interesting to see how this goes.
Yeah.
Because your shooting with Dark Angels isn't overly fantastic normally.
No.
No. So yeah, let's see. Turn 1, Dark Angels shooting coming up.
What?
Okay, I feel kind of bad now for criticising Will's Dark Angels shooting. Actually, so we'll start on this side. The Contemptor fired its carries at the Sakaran and didn't do anything. The Vindicator Squadron, this one here fired at the Sakaran, and these 2 fired at the Spartan.
Yep.
This guy failed to glance or pen the Sakaran.
Yep.
And these 2 failed to glance or pen the Spartan. So when we were joking about him not being able to see it, maybe that was actually the case. The 2 Land Raiders,
They fired their last
no damage.
No, I think it was the...
And the Predator over there. Oh, sorry, Predator, no damage at the Spartan. This Land Raider did 1 hull point with a glancing hit.
Yeah.
So that was it. That's about 2,500 points.
Yep.
Give or take what's
Minus
not
2
actually on the
credits.
table.
Should we roll 4 reserves?
We can do in a second. So that
Do you
is
need reserves?
yeah, 1 hull point. So James has a
Predator squad.
Predator Squadron.
So, do they come on? They do.
They do.
First tactical squad.
Yeah.
Doesn't come on.
They do not.
Second tactical squad.
They
does
do.
come on. And the tactical support squad.
They
does come
also
on.
do. Okay, so
Lots of
James is
stuff.
going to bring on some reserves, and
Can I have
that's
my reserve?
Do you want their card effects from the future?
and we will be back after turn 2 movement for the Iron Hands. All right, so turn 2, and suddenly all of the Iron Hands have arrived, with the exception of 1 tactical squad. We have the Predator Squadron have come on this side. This guy has moved 12 in order to get them both on the board. This guy's only moved 6. Contemptor got a pretty crappy move through cover this time, unfortunately. But he's still in range of everything over this side, so it's not too much of a problem. Little bit of a shimmy from the Venator over here. Spartan pivoted to get either the Land Raiders or potentially the Rhino over there, or the Leviathan, in fact. And the Ferris and his boy band have jumped out. So Ferris, Autekmore, and the Terminator Command Squad. There's 3 Vindicators there, looking very tempting. Yeah. And then round here, this is where apparently the shenanigans are going to happen. Tactical Squad with the Rhino, so they've disembarked from the Rhino. And this was the Plasma Support Squad, and they have disembarked there. And that's Will's Warlord, which is unfortunate. Well, who knows? That's the question. we shall see in the next clip, I think, because that will probably be the shooting phase. So we'll be back after that. Right, sorry, we don't do this very frequently, but I need to interrupt the... I need to interrupt the shooting phase in turn 2 for James, for his Iron Hands. Tactical Squad, rapid firing into the back of the Contemptor. Got 6 glancing hits, which is pretty impressive out of the bolters. And then Will, rolling his invulnerable saves...
Oh, look at that.
Jeez.
5 6s and a 5. That was a 6 there. Unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. Did anyone actually see him roll?
I did, yeah. I know I would never see the like again.
Is the luck changing?
It could well be.
Probably
It
not
needs
much.
to be. It certainly needs to. So we'll come back at the end of the shooting phase. Okay, so firstly,
I feel so bad.
that turn was brutal.
That was a very brutal.
Secondly, to add insult to injury, he's just regained a wound on that. Regained a whole point on that Spartan with his blessed auto simulacra thing, whatever it's called for being Iron Hands.
Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome.
It's
So
like the Omnisire.
So essentially,
So Spartan's back up to.
on full wounds and
Yes.
whole point. Like nothing's been done
Yes.
to them. And what have I lost?
Okay, so this turn, we took 2 whole points on the Contemptor, and he's lost his fist, and he's snap firing next turn.
Yep.
The Rhino was destroyed. 3 of this tactical support squad got plasmid from this squadron, so there's a leadership test there.
Yep.
May as well do that now while I'm pointing at you. Which they fail.
How far?
They are falling back
2d6.
2d6.
Oh,
2d6.
8 inches.
inches.
They're running back
That
this
way.
way. We'll move those in a second. In the centre, this was horrific.
That was horrendous.
Ferrus fired his graviton gun,
Yep.
put the remaining 2 hull points on this Vindicator and wrecked it. Fired his plasma blaster and then didn't do anything.
Yep.
We then had the 3 combi plasmas, which wrecked this one with glancing hits. No gets hots. Then Ortec Moore fired his Volkite charger, which put a hull point on this one on the side armour. And then the Spartan fired its quad las cannon that side and blew and destroyed it. So that none of these exploded, but they're all gone. The other quad las cannon fired at the Leviathan, but Will made a save, I think.
Yeah, save that.
Over here, plasma at the back of the Leviathan, 2 hull points and shaken, and then we saw the results of the 6 glancing hits on the back of the Contemptor from the tacticals. These 2 rhinos have moved flat out to form a nice little screen to keep the tacticals safe in theory. And yeah, Will's down a lot. Working out, so the way this game works is it's kill points. So Will's currently lost 2 predators, a rhino, 3 vindicators, so he's down 6 points already.
Yeah.
And he's got this little corner of the board and a Contemptor that
But
could
all my
do
stuff
stuff.
is over here.
True.
Yeah.
You've still got a tactical sword to come on.
I do.
Okay, so we'll go into Dark Angel's turn 2
Yep.
and see if Will can rally his troops, actually, which we'll do that now.
Yep.
See if he can rally his little squad over there. Yay! They rally, they can move 3. So Dark Angel's turn 2 coming up.
Put a Derrideo in a pod.
Oh, yeah, so do I, kind of. Actually, I think it could be quite useful just to make it appear in the weird place.
Derrideo
Yeah,
in a pod
yeah,
with the automatic prey
yeah,
las cannons
yeah,
or plasma.
yeah.
Then use your deep strike and terminators and deep strike right near the Derrideo.
So they get +1 invulnerable save. Yeah, I like it.
Tartarus.
Yeah, because then they can
You've
advance
got
and
shields and you can advance and shoot.
Yep.
Load them up with plasma blasters and everything. That's really cool.
right, turn 2. Dark Angels.
Yay!
Rallied. Stuff moved. Rallied with the melters.
So
So they're snap firing.
Yeah.
And the Contemptor's moved up. He hasn't got his fist anymore, unfortunately. So he's going to headbutt the predators. What happened here, Will? Why has this guy lost the whole point?
barge through this chain link fence and immobilise them.
Yeah,
Chain
but
fences are the worst thing for tanks.
they are indeed,
because
yeah.
they get tangled up in the traps.
Well, there you go. See, science.
Yeah, there we go.
So he's lost.
Yeah.
So he's lost the whole point.
Yeah.
Plasma
Plasma
squad have
did get out
disembarked.
a couple of
There's
them.
3. The front 3 are in rapid fire range of those Terminators. Shimmied around a bit.
Yeah, so that
with
one's
these
gonna
guys.
Be able to see the Spartan.
Yep.
That one's going to be able to see the Spartan. Power machine's got the.
Yep. So we can see the Sakaran over that
Yep.
side. Leviathan's coming back to deal with the Plasma dudes.
Yep.
The Contemptor's turned around to.
He's going to charge a rhino just to try and get some kind of vengeance.
Yeah, hey, that would be 2 victory points if you could kill a rhino. And the
And the duty has stayed.
Warlord stayed still. So shooting phase for the Dark Angels coming up now. All right.
I did a bit.
So the Dark Angels strike back. Snap firing melter gun actually blew up one of the predators.
The most.
That was pretty impressive.
That was the
Sorry.
most impressive.
Oh god.
That was the most impressive thing. My turn was.
Contemptor didn't do anything, I don't think.
No.
Because he was snap firing anyway,
Snap
wasn't he?
firing, yeah.
Moving around this way, nothing much
They blew
happened.
up.
Yes, yeah, I think that was the most impressive thing, as Will said, that happened this turn. Plasmas
Plasma fired
killed all
them. Actually,
Terminators.
killed 3 Terminators.
Yeah, Yeah. Combi bolter from the Rhino didn't wound Ferrus. What wounded Ferrus?
It was a las cannon from...
Someone.
One of those.
Was it the tank? The Predator? Your Warlord?
Oh, it must have been the Warlord, yeah.
Yeah.
He fired first, yeah.
Cool. And then the two
They did nothing.
Land Raiders. This one fired all of its las cannons at the Spartan.
That
That one
one
fired
fired
one at the
machine
Spartan and one at the Sikaran.
And did nothing.
Yep. Moving around this way.
The
Leviathan.
Leviathan did 3 wounds, I think, to them,
Yep.
and they made all their cover saves.
Yep. Well, he was snap firing.
He
though,
was
so
snap firing.
That's why he failed to hit most of the time.
Yep.
And then this guy stripped
Just
2 hull points, off the Rhino and destroyed his Combi Bolter. So we're going into assaults now.
Yep.
I think you've only got
So,
2.
Put that one into there.
Can't fail that one.
Can't fail that.
And there's no Overwatch.
And no Overwatch. And over there, which you
Oh, yeah.
Put one on mine.
Over there. That's a 3 in or something. Yeah, you're fine. And here.
And the Leviathan into...
Yeah, so you got 10 shots on Overwatch. So we'll resolve all of this and we'll be back in a moment. Right, so as is always the case when you say we'll resolve Overwatch off camera, something interesting happens. So James is rolling his individually because obviously he could get hot with his dudes. So the Sergeant rolled 1 hit and a miss, didn't overheat.
Nope.
Next guy rolled 1 hit, 1 miss, didn't overheat. Next guy rolled 1 hit, 1 miss, didn't overheat.
Double overheat.
Number 4.
Ah, turn the camera.
good.
But he's fine. And number
last one.
number 5, nothing.
No, okay,
Spoiled.
so 3.
Sorry, I spoiled that. I ruined that. Sorry.
Yeah, let's see if they...
6s.
Nothing.
Nothing.
That's it. The camera ruined it.
Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Just, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean,
You are in, yes. So, okay, we'll resolve the fights, and we'll be back in a moment. Alright, so the assault phase was alright, actually. 2 hull points stripped off that Predator with the head-butting Contemptor, which is quite good. Over here, the Contemptor... Oh, hang on. Did we... We did film shooting, didn't we?
Yeah.
Contemptor blew up this Predator with its Hammer of Wrath attack.
Rhino.
Rhino? What did I say? Predator. What is wrong with me? Destroyed that with its Hammer of Wrath. Didn't explode, obviously, because it's got no AP. Leviathan charged in, squished 3 of the tactical support squad with the plasmas.
Coming soon.
He's actually driving the
He's driving the Contemptor. And then the melter bomb from the Sergeant took a hull point off
Yes,
the Leviathan in return.
The Archangels look like.
Yes, within their armour, yeah.
inside.
That's Watchers in the Dark without a robe.
Yes.
That's what it is. They're actually Gretchen. So, does your tactical squad come on in
yes,
turn
I
3?
forgot about this. It does.
It does.
Yay.
Okay, so
It's only
points
turn
wise,
3.
it is
Wow.
only turn 3.
No.
Points wise, we are still at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the destroyed vehicles.
Yeah.
There's not been any other destruction on the Dark Angel side yet. 6 points to the Iron Hands. 1, 2, 3 for the Terminators.
Yeah.
6 points to 3 in favour of the Iron Hands, and we're going into Iron Hands turn 3 now. Tactical squad comes on. 1, 2 is over that side. 3, 4 is this side.
Oh,
Comes on over there.
Over here.
Keeps them safe.
Yeah.
Stops them getting victory points.
Suppose.
But yeah, they would have been more useful over here probably.
Cool.
Okay, so turn 3 Iron Hands coming up.
Whoa! Hello, Ferris. Okay, so that is the Iron Hands movement phase, turn 3.
Turn 3.
So what happened?
So the tactical squad and the Rhino have just shuffled over a little bit
Yep.
to get
Shooting
line
to
of sight on the
Predator.
Warlord.
Yep, the Warlord.
The Sicarian has moved through and just pivoted just to get a better view.
Yep.
Manus and Ortekmore have moved up.
Noticeably, Ferris is hiding behind
Yeah.
more.
The Sicarian has moved its full 12
Yep.
just to try and get in a bit more range.
Yep. So all my tanks are there.
I rolled a 6 for the Contemptor, so he's moved all the way through.
Yep.
The Rhino has arrived this side
Oh,
to
yes,
try and
of
get
course.
the rear armour.
Yep.
And then I've got the Predator has moved out to try and take out the last 2
Last 2 tacticals over there.
tacticals there, and that is it.
That is all the movement. So the net seems to be closing in around the last couple of tanks over here.
Shuffling them into
Yeah.
the corner.
So let's get on to some Iron Hands shooting and see what's left after we finish.
6 plus wounds with 2 guys. Right, sorry, I actually stepped out during the shooting phase, so I missed it all apart from right at the end. So what happened over at that side of the table to begin with?
So that Contemptor
Yep.
shot for the back of that Contemptor.
And killed it,
Mhm.
by the look of
No,
it.
he
He
just
just fell
knocked
over.
him
He just fell over.
Okay.
Ah.
Okay, where are the melter gun dudes?
Dead.
Under the tank.
So the tank killed. What killed them?
What
Then?
killed
The rhinos.
the rhino?
Oh,
the
nice.
Rhino actually
Yeah.
killed him. Yeah,
Nice.
not the dude
Okay.
inside, it was the rhino.
Moving this way. What did the Venator shoot at?
Venator shot at
The Land Raider did a whole
Okay.
point.
Glance.
Just glance.
A glance. Okay.
Yeah, so it's not well, it's
Spartan.
that fired at
Done
the warlord.
a wound on there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And nothing.
Nothing.
Oh no.
Another glance on there.
Another
Yeah.
glance on there.
Okay.
Lots of glances.
Ortekmore and Ferrus.
Killed three
Killed
dudes.
3 dudes there.
And
And that's a graviton template. So there's a
Yep.
so the thingy there got a penetrating hit on the Land Raider with the graviton
Yeah.
and shook it.
All of that fire went into the back of the Predator and did another
whole point.
Okay, and these guys are locked up in combat.
Yeah.
So we're going into the assault phase now in turn 3 for the Iron Hands. We've got a charge coming up from Ferrus and Ortekmore into the dudes, or are you multi-charging?
No, they're all going to charge. Oh. I could split them off.
You
Oh, no, I
could.
can't, 'cause
No,
they're shot
no,
at me.
you could. Yeah,
No.
yeah.
So
So it's an 8. Oh, no, yeah. Thingy
Overwatch.
first. Overwatch first.
So first dude, nothing, and 1 hit.
And
an
an overheat.
So does he die? Yes.
Yes.
But
So he
gets
dies.
still gets-
He dies, but he hits.
There's
That's a
wound.
wound. 3 up invulnerable save. Is a save. That's
Good.
6 over there.
So that is going to be a 9-inch charge now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So 9-inch charge. No. Ferrus is fleet, but Ortekmore is not,
No, he's a
unfortunately. So we've got an ongoing combat here, and I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So we'll resolve this, and then we'll be back in a moment. Okay, so the combat here, the Leviathan actually only managed to kill one of the guys from this squad, so the Sergeant had a chance to hit back with a melter bomb. Stuck it, no problems. Didn't do any damage, though, unfortunately. Then got cut down in a sweeping advance by the Leviathan. So,
Get over the bar.
what's the score now? How many things died this turn?
Contemptor.
1, 2...
That was in
leadership test for your dudes in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
My dude in the middle.
Who are your dude?
3
A 3 and a 3 is fine. Okay, so you lost 2 this turn, so that's 8 points to 3, I think it was last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 points to 3, and you've just killed a unit here.
Yeah.
8 points to 4.
Mm-hmm.
Dark Angel's turn 3 coming up now. Alright, so fastest movement phase in history.
Yep.
Nothing here moved
Nope.
because the plasma dude and the Land Raider are both in dangerous terrain and he'd roll a 1.
Yeah.
The Rhino's immobilised.
Immobilised.
This guy
That
can't
can't be going.
abandon his squadron mate.
Yep.
No movement here because he's just going to fire all the way over there somewhere. Contemptor moved around a little bit, just outside of about 2-inch charge into these guys, and the Leviathan's moved around because he wants to fire all his phosphex into these lovely bunched up squad of tacticals. So shooting phase coming up. See if Will can start clawing some points back. Okay, so shooting phase. Leadership test on this squad here. Combined fire from the Leviathan and the Contemptor. James just rolled a 7, so they're fine. The Contemptor, poor old sod, Will's very unhappy. His Phosphex discharger scattered to about here, I think it was, so was unable to do anything useful. Killed a couple with the sprinkling of other weapons. Killed a couple with the Contemptor.
Yep.
No damage done from the Warlord. He fired 1 at the Spartan and 1
And the other stuff.
and the other stuff at the squad here. Oh no, sorry.
He did a wound on Ferrus.
He did a wound on
yeah.
Ferrus. No damage done from these 2 Land Raiders.
fired
They split fired all
yeah.
over the place, didn't they? No damage done from the Plasma.
Didn't do anything.
No damage done from the Rhino.
that's
And there's
left
nothing over there that's Dark Angel flavoured.
So I do have a couple of charges
Couple of charges. Okay, well there's no Overwatch
because it can't hurt.
because they can't hurt you.
Yep. So we'll do the
Contemptor first or
No,
the
we'll do
Leviathan
the
first?
Leviathan first.
Okay, he probably needs about an 8, we reckon.
7.
7 might get you there. Measure it up.
Don't think because I was 6 inches away because of the. No.
No, unfortunately not. And the Contemptor.
Contemptor.
Let's not roll a double 1.
Yeah.
That's an 8, easy and easy. Okay, so we'll get this combat resolved and we'll be back in a moment.
Surprised at my Dark Ages after like the brutal turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised they're still around. 1 Marine died, 1 hull point done to the Contemptor. So we're going into Iron Hand's turn 4.
Yes.
Points-wise, you didn't destroy anything this turn, did you? Because
No.
they're still alive.
Yeah,
You haven't
destroyed.
destroyed anything, so we're still at... No, because he killed a couple last time. I think it was 11.
It was 6 before he killed 2.
3 Vindicators,
Yeah.
2 Predators,
Yeah.
a Contemptor,
Yeah.
a squad of Melter Marines, and a Rhino.
8.
8, yep, you're right. Sorry, beg your pardon. 8-4. You were right. Congratulations. Iron Hand's turn 4 coming up. Right, so as Will just said, James is doing exactly what he wanted him to do. It's all part of the Dark Angel's trap.
The jaws are closing.
In the words of what's his face, 18 dude.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hannibal. So Rhino, Predator, Contemptor have just moved up a little bit. There's very little line of sight through here because of the destroyed vehicles. Venator didn't move. Ferrus and Ortec Moore, have they split off from each other? Okay. So they come around this way. Sorry, Will, just getting in your way. Spartan has moved back and around. He can shoot through the windows. Building there. And the Rhino has run away. And we're locked up down here. So Iron Hands shooting turn 4 coming up now. Right, turn 4 shooting for the Iron Hands. Venator did nothing, missed completely with everything. Ortec Moore killed the last plasma guy.
He did.
Ferrus fired his graviton gun. Hit both Land Raiders with it. The template is there, so if this Land Raider moves, it has to go through dangerous terrain.
Indeed.
Destroyed this Land Raider, which took off its last hull point. Penetrating hit on this one with a result of a 4. Spartan here destroyed the Warlord Predator with a glancing hit. The Rhino went flat out, didn't immobilise itself. So combat-wise, we've got this ongoing. But I think Ferrus is going to charge the Land Raider squadron.
So that is a 7.
Yeah, 7.
Average.
Okay.
I am in.
That is a 9. Ferrus is in. So we'll roll these combats up, and we'll be back at the end of the fight phase. Okay, so end of the assault phase. Ferrus destroyed the last remaining Land Raider with glancing hits, not penetrating hits, so it's still there. Contemptor smashed 2 of the tactical squad. Melter bomb back from the sergeant missed, and then he got swept in the leadership sweeping phase.
I'm going to give
Somebody a broom. Yeah.
Yeah.
So with the plasma squad, 2 predators and the warlord killed, that brings it up to 12 points for the Iron Hands. And a squad down here is 5 points for the Dark Angels. 12-5 going into Dark Angels turn 4. You've got an immobilised Rhino, a Contemptor on 2 hull points, and 1 hull point Leviathan.
So you have 4, 5,
3
5
models.
hull points.
5 hull points, 3 models.
Let's do this.
Alright, and that's the end of turn 4 for the Dark Angels. We're on a combined turn because he's got 3 models, one of which can't move. No damage done from the bolter on the Rhino at Ortec Moore. Contemptor's moved round, fired everything it's got at Ferrus Manus in the middle there, did no wounds. And the Leviathan's moved up, fired its storm cannon at the Rhino and destroyed it, which is nice. That's another 2 points. So what do we say? 12 points to 5, so it's 12 points to 7 now in favour of the Iron Hands. He's pulling it back. There's only 5 more to go. Iron Hands turn 5. Here we go. Okay, so turn 5 for the Iron Hands. We're pretty much done. There's one more fight left to go, but the game is over. The Sakaran Venator moved forwards, fired at the Leviathan, didn't do anything, and he missed it. I don't even think he got a chance to fire, did he?
No,
you haven't fired him yet. Yeah. The Spartan moved 12, fired at and destroyed the Leviathan. Yeah, he could have done it. Yeah. Leviathan died from the Spartan. Yeah. Ferrus fired his plasma blaster and graviton gun at the Contemptor. Did 1 glancing hit with the plasma and then scattered off over here with the graviton, so almost hit his Spartan. Ortec Moore fired at the Rhino, did no damage, charged in and destroyed it in combat. Yep. We've got Ferrus attacking a Contemptor. This is the last model on the board for the Dark Angels. Can this 1 hull point Contemptor survive 5 attacks at strength 10 AP 1 from Ferrus Manus?
No.
Probably not.
Here we go. Hit on 3s.
Hit on 3s. Yeah.
3 hits. Glancing on 3s. Oh, 1 glance. And Will has a 6 up invulnerable save. 6 machine. If you want, any time you want to do it, now is the time to do it.
Oh, it's a 1. That is a 1.
Gutted. Okay.
Goodbye,
Contemptor falls. Bam.
Good game. Good game.
Okay, so final score is largely irrelevant because Will got tabled, but I think it ended up being 14 plus D3 for your because of Dark Angels. 17 points to 6 or 7 or something. Yeah, 17 points to 7.
I've never played that well.
That was crazy. And they are not loaded dice.
No. We've all rolled them.
Just to
rolled them.
Oh, they're all right. There's A6. Okay.
There we go.
No, they're not loaded, so that's
turned off his little,
turned off his little magnets.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what debut for James and his Iron Hands?
What a game.
Absolutely dominated the Dark Angels, which I hear is what they like.
Look at the carnage.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Destroyed, Predator, destroyed,
Two
Contemptor,
infantry models on the table.
Rhino,
Yeah.
3 Vindicators, Rhino, 2 Land Raiders, Predator, Rhino, Leviathan, Contemptor. Yeah, we've got a Primarch and an Iron Father on the table. There's still a full 10-man tactical squad in that Rhino, I believe.
You said they weren't.
No.
That was really good fun. Even just watching that was really good fun.
Yeah, that was
It was a fun game. It was a very fun game.
Yeah, I'm glad both parties enjoyed playing that. Will got an absolute beating.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was really
That was
good.
his dice rolls, though. To be honest.
They were
pretty bad.
terrible,
So many ones in
Yeah.
the game.
especially from Will.
Yeah.
Um,
Normally I don't. Apart from that Contemptor who was it that Contemptor that rolled the amazing saves?
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah, I
But
think
the
it
one
was.
turn,
Yeah.
Against
the
Bolters.
one turn,
Yeah.
You needed 6
Yeah.
sixes and you...
Yeah,
That was good.
that was pretty awesome. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching that. We hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for James for making the trip up.
Yeah.
And let this be the first of many times.
Definitely.
And we're
Yeah.
going to start getting him into some 40k as well at some point,
Yes.
just to mix things up a little bit.
Yeah, I need to learn the rules.
Yeah, no, it'd be good. And thank you to Will for playing that as well. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to leave us comments and things if we did anything wrong, or if there's anything you'd prefer to see. Maybe some not tanks in the next 30k game.
Yeah, the next time I won't bring this Armoured Breakthrough because I've played it like 3 times in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's
I need
fair
to
enough.
add to my Iron Hands because this is pretty much all I've got.
Yeah.
So these are terrain now anyway, you can't...
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't use these anymore. Yeah.
Armies are gone.
Right. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.